Hello. One of the major things that people tend to talk to me about as a coach is about their relationships. And of course it is. It's one of the major things that make up our experience as a human is our connection with others. And we all have natural needs for love and connection and intimacy. So, of course, we end up doing some personal developmental work, some coaching that's focused on how do I have a happier relationship. Like with people, most relationships are lived unconsciously. People kind of bump into each other, they find each other attractive, they find that they don't drive each other completely mad, and so they shack up together, and then that relationship lasts as long as it lasts. And then we tend to fall into one of a whole series of different ideas about what a relationship is. So today I'm going to talk about a few of those ideas that go wrong, the idea, the model, the concept that I always try and offer to my clients, which is about we're a team, and some advice about how to get there. As ever, if you find this video interesting, then please give it a like, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment to let me know what you think. Okay, so you meet someone, you quite fancy them, you're getting along really well, maybe you're falling in love, or maybe you just gel well enough that you decide that you want to be in a relationship. What most people do at that time is draw on a predetermined model of relationship and just try and apply it to that situation. This is quite normal. We don't really know what we're doing. We're not taught what to do with relationships. So we tend to do them unconsciously and we tend to draw on something that we've been given. So do you use any of these models in your relationships? Traditional. Do you try to fulfill traditional roles of man and woman, masculine, feminine? He's the provider and tries to give direction but doesn't particularly express himself. She is the homemaker, the one who does all the feeling, perhaps the one who does the lists and probably all the cleaning. Do you try and have a traditional relationship? Romantic. Are you chasing that feeling of being in love, the thing that you see in all the movies? Are you trying to be caught up in the feeling of in-lovedness and keep that alive for as long as you can? Do you have a relationship out of a need for validation? Will you go looking for the most attractive or the richest or the most appealing partner so that it fills something inside of you and so that you feel that you as a person have become whole? Is your relationship a rescuing type of relationship where one person is clearly the victim, struggling, not doing very well, the other person exists to rescue them, and that dynamic defines the way that you are as a couple? Do you have a fear-based relationship where you fear huge things about the world, you talk about things that you are afraid of a lot, and you find solace and safety with one another, and you're effectively trying to create safety together against a fearful world? Is it a controlling type of relationship where one of you is clearly in control, possibly even domineering, and the other one is controlled within the relationship? Do you try to build a relationship where the relationship is everything? Your relationship is expected to be your best friend, your lover, your community, your sense of belonging, your inspiration to get up and go to work every day, your therapist, everything that you need in your life you expect your partner to be? Or do you have a static relationship where the point of the relationship is however you felt and whoever you were when you got together, try and remain that and be that for as long as you can because that was a good time in your life? So these are all little examples of the models that people bring unconsciously into a relationship and then they just want that relationship to be whatever they need it to be. Unconscious relationships that last tend to be ones where you happen to fulfill one another's needs. Whatever you came into the relationship with expecting or needing or looking for is met by your partner and vice versa, and so it becomes tolerable and nice for long enough. But given enough time, those types of relationships either become very stale, where people are just rehearsing the same thing over and over again, or they become unbearable and people break up. You, like everybody, have the potential to grow enormously as a person, and you cannot know now who you have the potential to grow into. It is beyond your current understanding, but as you grow, you'll see the next step, and then you take that step and you grow into that, and then over time you become stronger and you become healthier and you become more self-aware and you have new skills for handling situations, and these are the potential that we all have. That's the point of personal development, is that we become more capable, stronger, more confident, happier over time, and we become more resilient and all this good stuff. That's the point of doing this work, and that's the point of personal growth. But growth comes from challenge and new things and new ideas. So if you went into a relationship with a predetermined idea for what that relationship was supposed to be for you, it becomes a problem. You eventually become stuck and unable to grow, or you try and stop your partner from growing because that introduces uncertainty, it undermines the model that you're both working with. So that's a problem. Equally, if you spend your whole life trying to rehearse someone else's ideas or someone else's goals or someone else's idea of what perfection looks like or achievement looks like or success looks like, then you will always end up feeling frustrated and unfulfilled. You're not fulfilling your needs and your goals and your dreams. You are doing your parents, you're doing culture at large, you're doing something that you read in a book. It's not you. So on an individual basis, we're trying to break free from predetermined belief structures and ideas and all the things that keep us trapped and locked in place. We're trying to embrace new ideas and we're trying to constantly challenge ourselves and grow. That is also true of your partner. It would be good if they were able to do the same. So you remain these two thriving individuals who are growing, becoming more themselves, more capable, stronger, better, wiser, etc. over time. But that introduces uncertainty. If you are growing and you can't know quite where you're going, and they are growing and they can't know quite where they're going, and you're managing a life anyway, you've got to do all this practical stuff. Someone's got to get the shopping done, someone's got to do the washing up, someone's got to organise the home. How do you think about this? What's the healthiest way to be able to view you and your partner? And what I've found is it's about teamwork. We're a team. You and me are a team doing our best to get through this life thing. I try to open up as much as I can with my partner. I sit down with them and I say, here's my stuff. Here's all the stuff that I know about myself. Here's my dreams for the future. Here's the goals that I personally got. Here's where I hope our relationship will grow and go together. Here's what I would like from you. Here is some stuff that I have needs for in this relationship or ways that I express and understand love. And I'd like that to be fulfilled by this. And then you allow your partner to do the same. And you bring all the practical stuff to the table. I would like the home to be kept clean and clear. It's important to me for my well-being. So let's divvy this up. Let's make this work. I've got a dream of one day going to this place in the world, but it's quite expensive to get there. Could we do some saving together? All that kind of thing. This is healthy relationship at work. And you will always remain an individual. You will always remain walking your own path in your life. So will your partner. So what we try to do is look at one another and go, we're a team. I'm in this. I'm committed to you as my teammate, my partner, my companion through this part of my journey through life. And we're going to try and work together and I'm going to give you everything I can and I'm going to be as honest and as open and as authentic as I can be with you. And I hope that you'll be with me through this journey. We can't control a teammate. That's not what teamwork's about. Teamwork is not about trying to squash somebody or keep them in a certain place. Teamwork says, we have certain things we're trying to achieve, what's the best way we can do it together? Because I have personal goals, I have personal growth to do, I have practical stuff to take care of, I have dreams for the future. Those are my goals. What are yours? Okay, let's hold both of those in our consciousness and let's be a team going somewhere together where your stuff and my stuff is all being fulfilled. So I try to encourage my clients and people I speak to just think about a relationship as a team, as two people who are struggling, sometimes suffering, sometimes triumphant, sometimes having a great day, talking to each other and relating to one another as a team. And the last thing that I want to say about teamwork and relationships today, and this was a big revolution for me a few years ago. A friend of mine, Neil, who I did the podcast with a couple of years ago, recommended that I learn about attachment theory. This is Tice Gibbons' book on attachment theory. I found it excellent. I recommend it to a lot of my clients. So attachment theory says that we all bring one of a few attachment models or attachment types to our relationships. And that dictates the way that we interact, the way that we express our needs, how functional we can be in a relationship. And once you understand your attachment style, it makes so much sense of relationships. It helps us to understand why we behave in certain ways or why we keep saying or doing certain things. So I'd recommend that book to you. Understanding your attachment style makes a huge difference. But with this teamwork idea, it really is about unpacking and growing over time, continuing to look at one another with respect and with love, but not with some unconscious model that means that we expect unrealistic things from them or expect unrealistic things from ourselves. You will never be perfect. Your partner will never be perfect. So explore where you're going together, be as communicative and open as you can, and then embrace this idea that we are a team and we're trying to get to this shared place together. I hope that's been interesting and useful to you. If you found it interesting, then please give it a like, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and please leave me a comment. Would you like me to talk more about relationship stuff? Did you find this useful? Attachment styles, what do you think of that whole thing? I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, bye-bye.